quite a different than last week in the day.
What a crowd today. Packed house here.
Hello again, everybody. Lance Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside with a whale of a crowd here today for our championship wrestling. David?
Well, they're going to see a good one today, too. We got the King, Jerry Lawler, in here in the opening match. A little bit later on, you'll be meeting Scotty the Body, a new wrestler in the territory.
Yes.
Samoans will be here, the giant Kokina and the great Samu. A little bit later on, we will introduce to you Doug Gilbert, who will be in here. And also, the tag team of Max Payne and Gary Young will be going against the Blue Denim Bruise brothers. Should be a fine expiration of time match.
That's a doggone good final expiration of time match. And with Doug Gilbert is going to be Missy Hyatt. First time that we have had her on Championship Wrestling. All in all, a biggie again. And let's get ready for it. We'll take time out now. Be back in just one moment. That have been 4 times World Tag Team Champs of the NWA. We're talking about the Rock and Roll Express, and here is Ricky Morton. Rick, we've got a situation that's developed here that it's very important that we understand what Manny Fernandez place in this picture is. Now, first, you all had an AWA World Tag title match with the Midnight Rockers.
That's right, Lance. Right here, you know, is Robert and myself are glad to come back to the Mid-South area, especially knowing that we had a shot at the AWA World Tag Team title match with the Midnight Rockers. Well, during this match right here, when it was over, I was the legal man. I thought that we had won the AWA World Tag Team titles, but then the promoter comes down and says, well, there's going to be a double count out, a little bit of confusion. But there was one thing about it that me and Robert didn't raise too much cane about, because we knew that we had another match that we could get back with the Midnight Rockers.
That's true. With the world titles held up.
That's right.
So that you would both enter the ring with the Midnight Rockers on an equal basis this time.
Yes, sir. That's what. When me and Robert was basing on that, we thought, well, we can come back, man, and we can just take these titles right away from them, because we know that we could beat the Midnight Rockers.
Okay. Well, you had the Midnight Rockers going, as a matter of fact, and then something happened that involved Manny Fernandez, and that's the thing I don't understand.
Well, then right back again. We had the Midnight Rockers beat right in the middle of the ring, Lance, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here comes Manny Fernandez right down to the ring, and boom, out of the question again, made us lose the match.
Okay, let's take a look at the action as it took place between the Midnight Rockers, the Rock and Roll Express, and watch what happens with Manny Fernandez.
Of the Rock and Roll Express, a trademark move again. As Marty Jannetty goes out, the referee goes to pull him out. And here we go. Here comes. Hey, there's Manny Fernandez. What in the world is he doing there? Count of 1, count of 2, and a count of 3.
Well, now that's the event, and before we get any comments on it, let's listen to what Manny Fernandez had to say about you and your partner, Robert Gibson.
You know something, all the idiots of the world have been wondering, they've been confused, baby, but there's no confusion to it, because when I say I do things my way, that's the way it gets done. Now it's finally come around to that old saying, what goes around comes around, and Punky Morton and Hoot Gibson, it finally came back around with nobody in the way. You see, Rock and Roll Express, you got in my way one time, you stopped me, but the only thing that you held, and you failed to realize that you can't capture what you can't got, and that is me. And the Raging Bull's gonna go all over this country no matter where it be, but you'll be knocking on the door, Punky Morton, because when I'm over, and when it's over said and done, I am gonna tell you one thing. When it's all over, the bull is gonna reign over you, because you're chasing something that you'll never catch. Punky Morton, that World Tag Team title that eludes you, baby, I have, and I'll always have. And as long as you are around anywhere, I shall come after you with a vengeance, baby. Because when the rocking and rolling gets a starting, nobody does it better than the bull. And I promise you, when it's over said and done, this issue will be settled, because there will be no more Rock and Roll Express, because it's done, got rolled over.
Why would Manny Fernandez do that, Rick?
Well, Lance, you know, he can't face the fact that when he was one half of the World Tag Team titles, that he could not beat the Rock and Roll Express. Manny Fernandez, you tried everything in the world that you could do, but you could not get rid of the Rock and Roll Express. But now, you say you're going to do it your way? Let me see it your way, Manny Fernandez. Yeah, brother, you talk about how bad the bull is. Well, I learned a long time ago, brother, if you want to hang around the big dogs, you got to get up off the porch. Because you come on and show me what you got, Manny Fernandez. What I need to get, you going to get rid of us? No way. You're in our backyard now. Boy, you get that? I show you what it's all about, Manny Fernandez, because we are the true World Tag Team Champions, and there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. So you come on, show me, Manny Fernandez.
Okay, we're going to be back in the action coming up in just one moment. By golly, I'll tell you what, Wednesday night, Evansville, what a night of action it's going to be. A little bit later, I'll give you the entire card. I do want to highlight a World Tag Team title match with the Midnight Rockers, Jeff Jarrett and Billy Travis, the opponents. Max Payne will be defending against Steve Kern. And in addition to that, an added match, Ricky Morton, Manny Fernandez, somebody who will have an interest in that CWA Heavyweight Championship. Brother Ernest with Max Payne going against the fabulous one, Steve Kern.
All I can say is we're going to knock the Colonel all the way. Fabulous ones, a legend only in his mind. Come on against Max. What can I say? We're not giving the belt up. Bring all you want to on Brother Lance. The belt is ours to keep.
Well, it'll be an interesting match to see. Nobody has ever given the thought that Steve Kern wasn't tough. I don't care who he's going against, but Max Payne, well, he's shown it. Big guy over 300 pounds with a tremendous amateur record behind him, and we'll be looking for a great match. That's Evansville coming up Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum. And I mean, the entire card is just exactly that way. Additionally, Eddie Gilbert going against Robert Gibson. More on that a little bit later. Right now, back to action. That came out of the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee. This was a Renegade Rampage match that took place in Memphis. And it's kind of interesting, and I want you to watch it all the way through. It has a big Kokina, boy, all 360-plus pounds of him in there, going against one of these Zebra Warriors. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of that. Pounding away is the giant Kokina. Just absolutely beating this guy to death. But the Zebra Warrior won't quit. He's coming back. Drop kicks him, moves him back a little, but that's all. As he goes by the rope, Prince Samu grabs his foot. We saw it. The referee didn't. There's the giant Samoan splash. 1, 2, 3. He got him. Oh, did he get him? Man, oh, man, oh, man. So, if the Zebra don't have a few bruised ribs, oh, now, we don't need it. They were working, both of them teaming up on the Zebra. Samu and Kokina. They've hurt the guy. Now they're giving him double punishment with right fist and kicking him. Oh, that's pathetic. There's no use in that whatsoever. Disqualified. They should. Boy, you bet they ought to be disqualified. Here comes the other Zebra Warrior. He comes in, bam, and he's going after Samu. Takes some shots at Kokina. Zebra Warriors. Boy, these guys are dead game, aren't they? I'll say that, Roger. They're going to try to ram the heads together, and here they come down the track, and the big Samoans have their heads slammed. It doesn't faze them. I mean, separated them from their shoes as they hit them with clothesline simultaneously, and now the Zebra Warriors being pounded down. Yeah, that was an interesting situation because the Samoans obviously were so much bigger than the Zebra Warriors, but it was an example, and particularly as the Warriors caught on to what they were going to have to do, was a situation where the Warriors started to use their speed a little bit more. Coming out right now, Brother Ernest and Prince Samu and Kokina coming out. They're going to be in the ring here in just a moment. They found out that they didn't scare the Zebra Warriors despite being as big as they are.
Hey, but, you know, you know, what can I say, man, who wears that mask? you know, they did pretty good. Who came out the winner?
Well, there wasn't any question about that Kokina beat one of the Zebra Warriors. But, I mean, with all of their ferocity and all of their...
On TV. No.
All of
We're
their...
on TV. Stand. Yes, good.
Attack,
No.
they still didn't scare them off. You really found yourself some jewels here.
In my international search, all I can tell you is it's wonderful for the cause, the wrestling cause. We're looking for more in the international search. As you can see, the Prince and his big friend here. Proof's in the pudding's all I can say, Brother Lance. Proof's in the pudding.
Well,
let them come on and start, and let's see what they can do.
Okay, you got a match coming up right now,
That's
and we'll send Prince Samu and the giant Kokina to the ring, as they will be right now, David, in the next go here on Championship Wrestling.
All right, a couple of very large guys, as you can see. Giant Kokina, great Samu. And their opponents arriving right now at a total weight of 423 pounds. Out of Dallas, Texas, Rodney Napper. And out of Knoxville, Tennessee, Rikki Nelson. Going against them at a total of 645 pounds from Samoa.
Let me just join
Prince
you, fellas.
Samu and the giant Kokina. And we are being joined here by
You
Brother
feel
Ernest.
compelled to come over here and join us.
What can I say? I just, I feel compelled to be over here and describe this match. And we've just got to start with it. As you can see, they're there. Brother Dave, does your mother own the station here in Memphis? No wonder they have such bad weather. You fellas got to get some excitement going here. All right, fellas, I'm going to describe the match. Yeah, let's go. We are going to have some exciting holds here now.
Rikki Nelson starting out against Prince Samu.
He's going to pull that.
Let's
Going
see.
to pull that blonde hair out by its dark roots.
Well, they're going to have to catch him first, because
he'll
I'll tell
catch
you,
him. He's got
Nelson
it.
is faster than either one of these Samoans. He's not doing such a good job of pulling that hair out.
Well,
Right now.
he's going to get started here. He's letting him have a little fun. We can't just go out there big as them boys are and just take it over. We got to,
Prince steps over the rope to get a break in there, and he did. Ooh, he comes behind with a hammerlock. Oh. Rikki reverses it on him.
He's going to let him have a little play. There's too many of them gals out there, they don't want to just blood him right up. Oh.
Rodney Napper dropping down with an elbow on the Prince's arm. I can't hardly see anything of the match going on, Dave, from this side, because...
What was that, Lance? I'm
Kokina.
sorry you missed that one.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry I missed it, too.
Yeah.
Speaking of missing...
Yeah.
Whoa!
Like a baby in a mama's arms.
Napper, coming with a slingshot effect off the ropes, was going with a cross press on the Prince. Whoa, look at Rikki.
I didn't see him tag. Did you, Lance? I don't understand y'all. How y'all can commentate. I believe y'all are a little one-sided over here, Brother Lance. Y'all were supposed to be unbiased about this thing.
Now, what about double teaming?
Well, you didn't call it double teaming a while ago when the blonde bombshell was out there. Now, let him come on in there right now with Samu.
Kokina. Pounds him down as he just...
Yeah, pound that head.
Using
It's
that
good.
pulse
It's
in
good.
his head.
Yeah. Tell you what, I'm going to have to send that brother Calhoun to that Evelyn Wood of speed counting. Seems like when my boys get up there, he goes 1, 2, 3. You let the king or somebody get in there, it's 1, 2, 3.
Giant Kokina on a whip with Napper.
Hey,
He came over the top.
Now,
Prince
what do you call that?
Samu slams him with a clothesline.
As you
right
can see,
across
our
the
cause, Brother Russell, is becoming more and more. And, we're going to build Wrestling USA. We're going to build it. Boom. There we go.
That standing drop kick a moment ago by Samu was unreal for a guy this size. We saw him do it last week. He is more agile than you might think. A double clothesline by the
Call that boom.
Samoans.
He fall down, right, Brother Lance?
He sure
I don't
fell
believe
down.
I saw him tag, Lance.
No.
It was real quick. You just didn't see it.
Where
It's
have I
just
heard
quick.
that said before? Stuffed up on the top rope, Prince Samu comes off. Oh, good night. Napper pounded down, rolled over. 1, 2, 3.
Fellas, I'm going to let y'all have it.
Thank you very much.
Let me get the winners out of here.
Yeah, please get him out of here. Get him off of Rikki Nelson here. Well, they threw him out of the ring.
Boy, Napper's still down in the ring, and look at that. Absolutely no excuse. Come on, Jerry, get him out of there for crying out loud. He almost broke his neck when he came off those corner turnbuckles up there. Now they're going over to Rikki Nelson, double headbutt by the Samoans.
Get him out of here.
Nelson thrown out of the ring again, and they go right back to Rodney Napper. There goes Napper over the top rope and just threw him right into the front row.
Well, the time on it was 3 minutes, 34 seconds. And a big victory for the big Samoan.
3:34, the winners, the giant Samoans. Come on, Brother Ernest, get him out the door. We don't need him here.
Both of them out of the ring.
Yeah, out of the ring, please. Oh, very smart. Okay, we're going to take time out, and we're going to be back in just a moment. Okay, before we get into the entire Evansville card, let me tell you all about the action coming around the territory Sunday, February the 28th, Fort Knox, Kentucky. That's at 3 p.m. at Sadowski Fieldhouse, Fort Knox, Kentucky on Sunday the 28th. Thursday, March the 10th, Marengo, Indiana at the Crawford County Junior and Senior High School. You can save a buck getting your tickets in advance right there, my friend. Now, Wednesday, Evansville Coliseum. Jimmy Jack Funk opens up against the Nightmare, Ken Wayne. Zebra Warriors will have the chore of going in there against the big Samoans, the giant Kokina and Prince Samu. And then a special challenge match. Robert Gibson going against Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert. Missy Hyatt will be in the corner of Eddie Gilbert. CWA heavyweight title match with Max Payne against Steve Kern. A world tag team title match with the Rockers facing Jeff Jarrett and Billy Travis. And then that added match, Ricky Morton will be facing Manny Fernandez Wednesday. Into a discussion of the situation that took place, and he is here with his brother, Doug the Hitman Gilbert, with Missy Hyatt, and Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert is here with us. Eddie, out of the clear blue, you jump in and get involved in a Jerry Lawler match with no apparent reason whatsoever, and it was one that stunned everybody that was in the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis and saw it.
Maybe it was for you, Lance Russell. Maybe it was for all the people that was in the Mid-South Coliseum. And maybe it's a shocking thing to everyone out there right now watching the CWA wrestling program to see Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, Missy Hyatt, and Doug Gilbert all together. What I like to dwell on here and explain to everybody, when I was a little boy growing up, first of all, and I'm not trying to make Jerry the King Lawler sound old, but when I was growing up, Jerry Lawler just happened to be my idol. I'd always want to grow up and be just like Jerry the King Lawler. And as I was growing up, and more that I got older, and the more and more it got closer and time came for me to be a professional wrestler, well, then I started realizing for me to be the king like Jerry Lawler, I'd have to beat the king. Well, in 1984, I had a little change of heart. I decided to go against the fans, and I went against them and became the international heavyweight champion in this area. And then in 1985, I finally climbed that ladder to the top to finally have to wrestle the king of the area, Jerry Lawler. Well, in a very important match in this area, Jerry Lawler, with the help of all the referees and all the fans, did something to me that I've never forgotten. In 3 years' time, Lance Russell, I've had to live with this. I've had to lay awake at nights, not being able to sleep, the pain, the agony of defeat from Jerry the King Lawler. Something that you just can't wipe out. Because, see, Jerry Lawler came in this area. He knocked the top man off, Jackie Fargo. Well, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert came into the area to do the same thing that Jerry The King Lawler was, knock him off the top and become the new king of this area. Well, it got ruined in the meantime. Well, it took a little planning, and it took a little time. But see what happened, Lance, while I've been gone, I've done a lot of things. I've got a Rolex watch, yeah. I've got a diamond ring. I've got the greatest lady in the world with all the money, Missy Hyatt, the most beautiful girl in the whole world. And now my brother started in professional wrestling. And I've got friends. And finally, after 3 years' time, it took 3 years, but the time finally came. You know the old saying, good things come to those that wait. And it finally did in Memphis, Tennessee.
Well, let's let the rest of the folks around the area know exactly what those good things were. I'd like for you to see a match. It was between Jerry Lawler and Tommy Wildfire Rich, in which Eddie Gilbert became involved. Take a look. Lawler's headback. Eddie Gilbert blondes Alan Reynolds, who was trying to... Eddie Marlin jumped by Tommy Rich. Lawler trying to fight his way back. Kicks Eddie Gilbert in the ring. In the midsection, Eddie throws the fire right in Lawler's face. What a wild, uncontrolled action. I hope we're still on the air with all the fighting going on. Lawler just got burned. Well, it may be a satisfying one to Eddie Gilbert, but certainly not a pretty sight to a lot of people who saw it, I can tell you that. Okay, temporarily you got Jerry Lawler out of action, but what have you gained out of it?
Well, is that right, Lance? Temporarily. Well, see, another thing when I was growing up watching Jerry The King Lawler wrestle is I used to notice him throwing fire a lot of times. Well, something that I had learned. See, Jerry Lawler, I know everything about you. See, Lance, I want you to remember this. Everything that you've ever seen Jerry Lawler do, Eddie Gilbert can do, and a lot better. Now, the satisfaction that I've gotten out of this, and all the people that turn up your televisions right now, get that camera in here close, because I want to let everyone know the satisfaction. Lawler, I want you to feel the disgrace. I want you to feel the humility. I want you to feel the pain, the agony. No, I hadn't defeated you yet. You've been burnt. You've been hurt. That eye is hurting you right now. You don't know whether you're going to be able to see clear anymore. But you remember, I want you to be able to come back. That's right, Lance. I want him to be able to come back. I want him to be able to become the CWA heavyweight champion again. Because, Lawler, that's when I want you. I want you at your best. I want you to be the top dog. I want you to wear that crown to the ring for all your people. I want you to be the king of wrestling when you step in the ring with me, because my mission is not over. It's not done. I'm back in this area for a reason, and only one reason, and it is to defeat you, Jerry the King Lawler. You're the only person that I want. And you can bring, I know, Lance, he's got all these friends like Robert Gibson, and maybe Jeff Jarrett, or people like that. You can send those people, or maybe they'll just do it on their own. Maybe they'll just get Eddie Marlin and want the contract. Well, that's fine. You come, because I've got my family with me now, and it's going to be hard to get close to Hot Stuff.
Well, sooner or later, you know it's going to have to be one-on-one. Not the whole family, not everybody gathered in there.
I want him one-on-one.
Okay, well, you've heard it all from Eddie Gilbert. We'll see the rest of the story. Yes, we're talking about Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, as they're always good to see in action. Well, coming out here, our first opportunity to have Missy Hyatt.
Let me tell you something. I really do not appreciate being kept in the back and waiting while we're watching these little sissy rock and roll guys. I'm really not into that. There's no catered food back there. There's nothing. I understand you've been plugging Missy Hyatt's coming out here. Missy Hyatt's coming out here. I know that you need good ratings, and I know you don't want the people to change the channel to Garfield or something else on another station, but you don't have to do that because I'm here now.
Yes, you are. You are here with Doug Gilbert.
And that's another thing. This is the hitman of the family, Doug Gilbert.
Yeah.
The hitman. This is the strong stuff of the Gilbert family. And just a little bit later on, he's going to get into the ring, and he's going to show y'all just how rough and tough he is.
Yeah, what I would like to know is, where is Eddie Gilbert? I thought you were Eddie's valet.
Well, what you think and what you know is two different things. I'm here. You should be talking to me and the hitman right here. Well, he's little Dougie to me, though.
Yeah, well, I know that you have been around in various territories, and everybody is familiar with Missy Hyatt, and now you are here with the hitman.
That's right. And you know another thing, that little goof guy that you have sitting right there, I think you should have me on the show as your color commentator every once in a while to add a little flavor to the show. I mean, at least I could come out here and show people how to dress here in Memphis. I mean, about clothes, about hair, about nails, and about all that good kind of stuff. I mean, that might really help your ratings.
You can show them all of that, right?
By the way, where did you get that suit? From Sears?
Well, it's just one of them that I happen to have around, and it'll get through this show, I certainly hope. Okay, what I would like to know, again, I didn't understand exactly your explanation about Eddie Gilbert. You're here with Doug Gilbert today, but I've seen you as the valet to Eddie Gilbert.
Well, if you've seen me as the valet for Eddie Gilbert, why do you keep asking me questions about Eddie Gilbert? I'm sure he's doing okay wherever he is, right?
Well, okay, I guess that's the explanation we're going to get. So, Doug, if you're ready to hit the ring, we got your opponent up there. Missy, how about you? You ready for him to get in there and show his stuff here on Championship Wrestling? Okay, well, let's go to the ring.
Yeah, don't go if you're at home. Don't go and get a Coke or anything like that because it ain't going to take very long for Doug.
It's going to be kind of quick, huh? Okay, Dave, how about the official introductions for this one?
It's going to be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. From Memphis, Tennessee, 226 pounds, introducing Ken Raper, and going against him from Lexington, Tennessee, at 260 pounds, Doug Gilbert. This match, one fall, 10-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, well, Dave, you're a genuine gentleman. Missy Hyatt sitting in with the commentary for this particular match.
Oh, no, did you see that? This little guy can't even get Doug off his feet. Did you know that Doug was voted by the people in Tennessee as the top 24 in football? They had this, the top 24 football players.
Yeah, well, he's a big, impressive guy, no question about it. He is the biggest of all of the Gilberts, and he just found out that Ken Raper is no peanut himself.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No. Okay.
Doug is so strong. Look at that. I'm surprised the match has even lasted this long.
Ken Raper backdrop. Gilbert, big elbow comes down right on top of the back of the neck of Ken Raper. He picks him up by the hair and slams his head into the top turnbuckle.
Oh, no. And here it is. I think that's going to be it. What do you think?
Well, no, I don't think so. Ken Raper just proved that a one count won't get it done.
No, I think that Dougie is just letting the people see what a great athlete he is.
Just prolonging the match so they'll have a little better chance to see.
He's just hurting this guy.
Yeah. Ken Raper dumped out on the floor by Doug Gilbert. Doug picks him up, slams him down on the studio floor, and referee Jerry Calhoun says, back to the ring. Raper still down on the floor, and the referee starts the count on him. Gilbert banged him hard out on the studio floor.
He's just punishing him a little bit.
Well, he certainly punished him at that moment as he slammed him outside the ring. The fact that it was illegal has nothing to do with it. And a big suplex.
The Hitman Doug, that is so Hogan. See that?
You like
He's
that?
Just, yes, he's just punishing him a little bit. Showing his stuff.
Missy Hyatt, in case you just joined us, she is a temporary replacement for Dave Brown on our comedy.
Well, I'm sure after all the cards and letters you're going to be getting about me, that they're going to be wanting me to come in here and stay. I mean, after y'all begged and begged to have me come out here to the CWA, and I hated seeing men on their knees begging, so that's why I'm here.
Some kind expressions from Missy right there as Doug Gilbert just raked Ken Raper with that big elbow, put him down on the mat, and referee Jerry Calhoun again reminding him the hair is not there to be pulled on.
Well, what's it there for?
Well, your lovely hair, Missy, you shouldn't ask a question like that. You
well,
know
nobody would touch my hair.
Certainly not. Back up on the feet again. Ken Raper pushed off into the rope. Gilbert misses the elbow. Flying Fred one. And Doug Gilbert, if he is playing around with Ken Raper, he played in the wrong direction there. Raper got a 1 count on him.
Only a 1 and not a 3 count. Just remember that.
Big move from Gilbert, too. Gray, a dandy.
Well, next time you need your ratings, boost it up a little bit. You just call, because I'm going to be out here from now on.
Missy Hyatt bidding us adieu as Doug Gilbert, in his first appearance on Championship Wrestling, gets a 1-2-3 over Ken Raper. And there goes the lovely Missy. Dave, quick, grab it quick before somebody else does. Thank you.
3:14 the time.
You're too much of a gentleman. She just had to come in here and get her words in there. Okay, that's the way that one goes. It was interesting to see Doug Gilbert. Boy, he's a big son of a gun, isn't he?
He's continued to grow. Yeah,
he really has. Remembering him from a little fella, and he grew up and has learned a lot of the science from his father and his brother. Time out. We'll be back in a moment. Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum. What a slam-bang affair that son of a gun's going to be. Boy, I'm telling you, with a card like this, roll back the walls, because it's going to be a jam-packed crowd in there to see. Let's start from the beginning. Jimmy Jack Funk goes against the Nightmare, Ken Wayne. We're going to be looking for the Zebra Warriors. Man, they've got a lot of speed, good bodies on them, but they're going against the huge Samoans. Giant Kokina and Prince Samu will be the opposition for them. And then kind of an interesting match. These guys go back not last week or a couple of weeks ago, but take it back sometime into the NWA territory, where Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert will be going against Robert Gibson. Now, Missy Hyatt will be in Eddie's corner, and this son of a gun will have a lot of personal fire coming out of that one. CWA heavyweight title match. Can you picture Steve Kern, with all of his athletic ability, challenging Big Max Payne for that title? And then a World Tag title match. A lot of speed in this. The Midnight Rockers, Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty, facing Jeff Jarrett and Billy Travis. And the final match, oh boy, I think you know by now if you've seen the rest of the show. Manny Fernandez, Rick Morton, a lot of fire time, Brother Dave.
You got the winner from last week here. The question was named 2 father and son tag teams that have wrestled in the area. And this person that wins correctly named Tommy and Eddie Gilbert, Jeff and Jerry Jarrett, and also for good measure, Ken Wayne and Buddy Wayne.
Well, that makes them an absolute winner.
Absolutely.
That means, and who it is?
Kathy Hicks of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, the winner of this week's trivia question.
Right, that's our winner for this week, Kathy Hicks, Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. She will receive a set of 6 Renegade Rampage mugs. She will receive the T-shirts, the hat, and most important of all,
qualifies for the biggie.
Qualifies for the biggie. There will be 18 weekly winners, and they will all qualify for the opportunity to get flown to the site of the finals of the Renegade Rampage. They will be getting not only their transportation, but their hotel and so forth, and given $500 spending money, all for the finals of the Renegade Rampage. Now, before we get to the ring and the action up there, let me give you this week's Renegade Rampage trivia question. Are you ready? Name 4 holders of the World Heavyweight titles who have defended their title in this area. 4 holders of the World Heavyweight titles who have defended their titles in this area. What you must do if you have the correct answer, or think you have the correct answer, is send to Renegade Rampage Trivia Contest. Now, that must be on the entry. Renegade Rampage Trivia Contest to WMC TV5, 1960 Union Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, 38104. Renegade Rampage Trivia Contest, WMC 1960 Union Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, 38104. David?
All right, we're ready to go with an expiration of time match. Introducing at a total weight as they get going out of 500, a total of 500 pounds out of Apopka, Florida. Ron and Don Bruce going against Max Payne and gorgeous Gary Young. Brother Ernest supposed to be in their corner. Instead, he's
I guess we could call this a super spud between two commentators.
Boy, I gotta tell you. You can tell he didn't write for Johnny Carson for a fact.
Well, the boys are getting started kind of slow here. Oh, Calhoun is a little slow in counting there. We may have to send him to that Evelyn Wood school, as I said before. A little slow there.
This is, I haven't correctly identified because I can't see the face that well. It's hard to determine which one is which. Ron and Don are identical twins.
Sponsored by Sawyer Brown. It ought to be Buster Brown. Wonder where their dog Tag is. See if they live in a shoe. What do you think, Brother Russell?
Well, I think that's Don Bruce in there right now as he gets 1, 2 as gorgeous Gary
He's
Young.
slow on counting there. What makes him so slow on counting, Brother Russell?
Well, it looked to me like it was a perfectly legitimate tempo encounter.
Look at here.
Big Max Payne rips Don Bruce.
We go.
CWA heavyweight champ drops with the elbow.
I hope you can see all the belts my boys have right here on this disc. It's just amazing what the power that they can do. You know, the more that join the coalition, the better we're going to have. We're going to clean this wrestling up through here. We're definitely going to do it, Brother Russell.
Big bear hug by Max Payne as he tags gorgeous Gary Young. Hops up on the ropes, now on the second rope, and as he went after Don Bruce, he missed him and has to come back from behind to nail him with that broad arm, a whip. Well, AWA Southern Tag Team Champions in an untitled bout.
Russell, you just don't say that enough. They are the champions. And it's the coalition and my power that's made them the champions.
Into the ropes. Big power slam.
Come on there, Calhoun.
Gonna be it.
2, 3.
Yeah, he got him.
There we go. How about that? How about that? Isn't that wonderful?
Some really inspirational conversation out of Brother Ernest.
He adds a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
2 minutes, 37 seconds the time on it as the team of Max Payne and gorgeous Gary Young does take the victory in the fall.
Okay, let's take our timeout. We'll check our clock, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Underway with fall number 2 here. The first fall went to the team of Max Payne and gorgeous Gary Young. They won it in 2 minutes, 37 seconds. Ron and Don Bruce going against them here.
Let me get in here. Let me make room for you here, Brother Russell. Always a pleasure to sit with you boys. As I said, a super spud between the two commentators.
All right, Brother Ernest. Max Payne head slammed into the top turnbuckle.
You know, I can certainly see by these two featherweight boys that none of the money got to Africa. They look like they're Ethiopians or something. Look at them small boys. Whoops. I don't know now. Come on, boys.
Runs them both out of there.
Get on in there. Get on in there. Y'all got the power. Come on. Come on, boys. Y'all got the power now.
Yeah, your guys both left the ring. Wanted out of there. Didn't want any more of that action, huh?
little refresher there. They had to get out and get a little power boost is what we call that, Brother Dave. A little power boost.
Max Payne back in there against Ron Bruce.
Now, what do you call that? That's, you know, y'all get this unbiased. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, fans. The unbiased of these announcers.
Talking about a double team. I'm talking about a doubled up fist.
Well,
talking about Gary Young.
Y'all got them vision centers where you go get you some glasses?
Oh, press. Nice one.
Oh, me. No.
Ron Bruce had him down. Couldn't hold him for the 3 count, though. Gary Young with a knee lift. Tag made on Max Payne.
You did see that tag?
I did see that tag.
Okay, I just want to make sure because y'all kind of talk, say my boys don't tag right.
I noticed,
never in my life.
I noticed Gary Young was real slow about leaving after the tag, too.
Did you say these boys were sponsored by Miss Clara All or Sawyer Brown?
There's a count of 2 and a 2 count.
Yeah, Brother Calhoun just don't count fast enough.
Ron Bruce able to break out of it. Max Payne has him up in the air now.
Boom. There you go. That's what I like to see. I wish we could get a close-up of his face, just where you could see what power my boys have got. If you could just see the pain and agony on that boy's face right now, and I do mean boy.
Tag has been made. Gary Young coming back in. There's a cover. Counts at 2, but at a 2 count, Ron Bruce again breaks out of it.
Well, now. There we go. That's what I like to see. That's what. Can the camera get over and get a little close up of his face? Now, you didn't see no tag over there, did you, Brother Dave?
Big Max Payne coming in with a doubled right fist.
Oh, me. Isn't it gloriful what we can see here, Brother Dave? Isn't it just gloriful what we can see?
That would not be the word I would use.
Well, I understand.
Max Payne.
Heathens have their own language.
Apparently. Words like gloriful. Max Payne.
Oh, here we go. No place for our Spanish-speaking friends. There we go. You did see that tag again.
I saw the tag of the double team in the corner by Gary Young and Max Payne. The Bruce brothers having a very, very tough time here against this rugged team of Max Payne and Gary Young.
Brother Payne. That's it. And boom. Oh, that's wonderful.
You did see that hair pulling, Brother Ernest, I trust.
I didn't see any hair pulling. I saw him going.
I didn't think so, yeah. Gary Young using the right fist. Referee has warned him about it twice now.
What about these belts that are on your desk? Let's mention that as much as we can about them being the tag team champions.
I expected you would probably bring that up. Southern Tag Champions. This is a non-title match.
And we do capitalize champion, every letter in it, because they are the champions.
Straight up in the air, Max Payne drops Ron Bass down with
another
a knee
beautiful
drop.
face made by this boy, as we say.
Look at that, right fist.
I think they use wrestler color number 21 on that hair.
Max Payne.
I'll tell you.
Oh, snapped him down.
Can you hear that all the way over here? Isn't that wonderful? What about it, Brother Lance? What do you think?
He's big and he's rugged and all of the other good adjectives go with it. I just wish that all of your guys had a little more respect for the rules.
Go ahead there, Brother Young, and show them. That's it. One more time.
Interference from outside on the apron, double teaming, choking, right
they're
fist.
Fixing to tag. They're fixing to tag.
Yeah. What about all the other things?
Well, just, you know.
Max Payne walking around. Finally, he power slams him.
I wish the camera could get a close-up of that boy's
Payne.
face. That's it. Now look here, Brother Payne. Here we go. Here we go.
Top rope. Look at that. Top rope. And Max Payne throws him over there, and Ron Bassett moved out of the way.
No.
Ron needs that tag. He's not too far away from the corner. Is he going to make the tag? He got it.
Uh-oh. I don't think so. I don't think so. He'll get over and tag Brother Payne. It's all over with. Look at him taking advantage of him like that. That's not very fair. Do you think, Brother Dave?
Taking advantage?
I think they are.
It looks like 1 against 1 to me, and it looks like Don Bruce is really working over gorgeous Gary Young. It looks like if Gary Young obeys the rules, Don Bruce has got the upper hand. Bruce snaps him into the rope.
Well,
Gary Young in trouble here.
I believe they need to make a tag there. Oh, me. Y'all are going to have to pardon me. I believe they need my help over there at ringside. Y'all are going to have to pardon me there, Brother Russell. Y'all excuse me just a minute.
Yeah, well, you just make certain that the help
don't
is only verbal.
Stay out of it.
Brother Ernest Angel going over to ringside to counsel with his boys.
Oh, yeah, there's
counsel.
help. There's help.
He just took that good book of his and he slammed Bruce right in the head with it. Gary Young gets a 1, 2, 3, and they're going to end up with a victory. Yeah. Now we know what you mean by the help. Yeah, you're number 1, all right. He nailed Bruce right in the head with that good book of his. Ron and Don kind of took him by surprise when he made the tag, was able to exchange and get the fresh man in there, change the complexion to it.
That's very true. The time on it was 7 minutes, 22 seconds. That means 2 straight falls for the team of gorgeous Gary Young and Max Payne and Brother Ernest, who interfered there at the end to get the victory in the second.
Yeah, he sure has a great outlook on this whole thing about how to go about cleaning up wrestling. That's exactly what we've been complaining and agreed with him, that wrestling needed some cleaning up when they got guys like him running around in there. You got 2 great big strapping guys like gorgeous Gary Young and that huge Max Payne in there going against 2 young fellas who are just in their early stages of learning. They can't go ahead and beat them 1, 2, 3 in there. They got to have Ernest coming out there and jumping on it. Well, we don't have any more time left. We had to get that good match in there. But for Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.